I read the prompt for this multimedia presentation, and the first thing that came to mind was something that happened to me in high school about 16 years ago. And then when I thought about it again, I realized that in the grand scheme of things, that really didn't apply to me today. So when the prompt said that Alcott wrote, "To live one's principles at all costs is a dangerous speculation, and the failure of an ideal, no matter how humane and noble, is harder for the world to forgive than bank robbery or the swindles of corrupt politicians." Now, when I sit there and think about that, I think about something that happened to me last week. When a high school friend of mine passed away, but this isn't even about death or anything like that. What it is about respecting life. And a lot of times here in West Texas especially, we like to sugarcoat things or sweep things under the rug. And we forget that there were actually people that were involved and people that were alive and actually had personalities and had things that they liked. And if you didn't like them, that's something for you to deal with, not them. They lived their life and they died their death. And what I'm speaking of is at this funeral that I went to. I noticed, well, first of all, this funeral that I went to, at the funeral, of course, this person had served in the military for 13 years and had been very gifted in singing, but that's really all they spoke about. There was much more to him than that. He was a graduate from the Art Institute in Los Angeles. He liked to, dress alternatively, which, basically means he liked to dress in drag. He was very talented in sewing. He could sketch out things. He was just a very talented individual, and that was just kind of all swept under the rug. This was not his funeral, and this was not something that he would like to have happened. And I'm pretty sure that if he were around, he probably would not like the fact that he was even buried here in Odessa, because whenever he was alive, he did everything in his power to leave Odessa. So, in that respect, it's kind of sad. And it made me reflect on how we all should respect people's wishes, or we all should respect at least people, no matter what, because we don't know what's going on in their mind, and we don't know what's going on in their life. And in regards to the prompt, this person also had an alternative family. His mother, and he had a father that has a partner. Well, here at this funeral, everybody was acknowledging the mother, and everybody was sort of passing over the father. And towards the end of the line, the funeral, they let you go and, express your condolences to the family. And I noticed that nobody was even acknowledging the father or his partner, which is appalling. It really should not have happened. And I made it a point to go up to both of them and give them a hug and tell them I was sorry. I don't know their life. They don't know my life, but yet they've always been respectful to me, and who am I to judge anybody? And that's one thing that I think that we should all take away from life and take away from this course. A lot of people, we've read about abolitionists, we've read about suffragettes, we've read about even the temperance movement, of course, transcendentalism. And I think that if they were alive right now, they would probably agree with me on this, at least, because they acknowledge the human spirit, and the human spirit is something that we all need to embrace, no matter in what shape or form it is. We're only on this earth for a fleeting moment, and to be such a jerk about things really doesn't need to happen, because life is too short. Anyway, I enjoyed taking this class. I really wish I would have kept up a little bit more with it. I am an English major, so that's kind of shame on me. But either way, I hope that this actually added something to you, because it certainly did. This experience certainly did add something to my life, because I learned a lot. I learned by observing, and that's another thing that we all need to do, is we need to observe and we need to think of others, and just be more sensitive about things. Anyway, thank you very much.